This is the plaintiff, Erica Johnson. She says she rented a room from the defendant, and when the woman went on a rampage, she left the house as the cops instructed her to. When she returned, her couch was sliced up and her clothes scattered about in the street, and everything was ruined. She's suing for $5,000, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Jennifer Grossman. She says the plaintiff trespassed onto her property on numerous occasions. She has a police report saying the plaintiff was violent towards her, and she doesn't owe this strange woman a cent. She's accused of trashing the place. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for emotional distress.
All parties, please raise your right hand. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leontown presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Ms. Johnson, you rented a room from Ms. Grossman's apartment house. What is it, Ms. Grossman?
It's a house.
Okay, and you were to pay $1,000. How much were you supposed to be paying? $1,000 a month?
Yes.
When did you move in?
$1,000 a month. I believe I moved in, in August.
Is that accurate, Ms. Grossman?
Yes.
Okay, and you paid $1,000 to live there in August, correct?
Yes.
All right, and what
It
happened?
was deposit and then $1,000.
It was $600 deposit plus $1,000? Okay.
Yeah, well,
was it
yes.
a $600,
That's what
Ms. Grossman, was it a $600 deposit and $1,000 in rent that she gave you for August?
No.
What did she give you?
No, ma'am. She gave me $1,000 and I gave her a break on the deposit because she said she didn't have it. And I also lowered the rent $200 for her. It's a $1,200
Okay,
room.
so how much total did she give you? $1,000 for August, correct?
$1,000. Yes, for August.
Ms. Johnson, do you have proof of payment of the other $600?
Yes, I have a receipt as well that I paid her.
Okay, you have a receipt
before
from
I
Ms.
moved in.
Grossman that you paid both the $1,000 and the $600?
Correct.
Hold on one second. Okay. I have the receipts that you've entered into evidence, and there's one for $100 and one for $900. Where's the one for $600?
The one for $600. I have no idea. I just know I did give her a deposit on the room.
Yeah, no. Do you have any
then
proof
from
of it?
there-
She's denying that that happened. Do you have proof? Yes or no?
Yes, I do have a proof.
Where's your proof?
I thought I don't.
Give it to me. I want it. I want your proof. Now's when you need it. We're in court.
Bring it to you.
So what?
Yes.
No. Right this second, show me the proof you paid $600 deposit, because you have two receipts and only two receipts. That's what you introduced into evidence. If there's a third receipt, I need to see it now.
Yes, if you could give me a moment, I can get it.
Sure.
And I can show you a proof that I had deposit for
Yeah,
$600.
let's get that. Can you get that? I'll wait right
Okay,
now while you
sure.
get that. That would be great.
This receipt here, but for some reason.
Yeah, I have those two. I showed you those. I already have those. I have the one for $100 and one for $900. Do you have one for $600?
I can't find it. I thought I had it.
Okay,
with
we're
me,
done.
but
Okay,
I
that's fine.
must
That's
have
fine.
made-
All right. So that, yeah. Okay. No. All right. So according to you, you gave $600, but you don't have any proof of that. And according to you, Ms. Grossman, she never gave a deposit. Correct? That's your
No,
testimony. She
ma'am.
never gave you that.
I've never.
Okay. So
took a
she moves in,
$600
and
deposit.
she moves in the beginning of August, right? And then
Correct.
at some point in late August, Ms. Johnson, what happens?
Okay, I stayed there for about a month. I was harassed. I couldn't, just like I wanted to play my music, and she started to yell at me and scream. And then after the fact, I explained to her that my job is cutting my hours back, and I asked her if she could give me a chance of, getting the rest of the rent up for next month. And then she started getting ballistic and just yelling and screaming. So I proceeded to call the cops, and they told her not to make me leave because you can't just throw someone out in the street without processing a
COVID or no
something.
COVID, you can't do that. So what happened here, Ms. Grossman? Did you throw her out in the street, Ms. Grossman?
Yes.
What? Well, you're not allowed to do that. You know you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to do that during COVID, and you're not even allowed to do that before COVID. So what were you doing? Throwing all her stuff in the street?
No, I didn't throw her stuff in the street. What happened was she told me that she was not going to pay me at all, and that she was going to live here. And I have a mortgage that I have to pay to the owner. And I already had given her a break on the deposit, on the rent. She wasn't even paying the full rent. And I told her no, she could not stay here for free. No, she cannot.
No, that part's fine.
So, yes.
You're right. So then what happened, though? Because according to her, you put all her stuff out. That's the part that I'm talking about.
The police escorted her out with her belongings.
Why would the police
did.
do that?
Not me.
Why would the police do that?
Because
The police escorted her out with her belongings?
Yes, they did,
That's
because
a lot.
she was-
They don't even get
yes.
involved before COVID. Why
That's
would they
not a lie.
remove somebody during COVID?
Because she kept coming in the house, sneaking in the house after I already had put her
Sneaking
out.
in the
and
house.
she
How
did
did
this the
she
day
get
after.
out? But you don't get. Wait. How did you put her out? You're supposed to get her evicted, which you wouldn't have been able to do because California, like many other states, won't allow that during COVID. So how did you get her out of the house? She leaves and you put all her stuff out.
No, she left. Her stuff got put out with the police. I didn't put her stuff out. She carried her own belongings out.
What is this? Can you see the video?
Yes.
She's throwing all my stuff out. This is my private property. She done kick all my stuff and throwed it out. Don't even put your hand on my stuff if you're going to throw my stuff out and disrespect
Excuse me, ma'am, I didn't touch your stuff.
Well, don't disrespect
The owner
me.
did, ma'am. I'm helping you, honey. And you're lucky.
And I don't want you touching all
she's
my
coming
stuff.
back.
You throwing my stuff out. Who you think you is?
Oh, you getting the
You
out.
can get away
You're
with this
getting
shit.
out, ma'am.
You can't get away
You're
with
getting out.
throwing
I'm sorry.
somebody's stuff out.
I'm sorry.
And
No
I
pay,
will
no stay.
report you.
No pay, no stay.
And I'm going to file charges.
File charges, honey.
I'm gonna
Did you hear what the sheriff said?
I'm going to court
He
on
missed
you.
me from the last time.
I'm going to court on you.
Go to court.
I'm
I have
suing you
nothing.
for $5,000.
What you want? You want this house?
I'm suing you
Hey,
for
you can
$5,000.
have it.
I'm suing you.
You can have it all.
I'm taking
have
you to
everything.
small claims
Have
court.
everything
You
that
brought
I
it.
That looks like you're throwing her out,
Yeah.
physically taking all her stuff out. That doesn't look like she moved her
my
stuff
God.
out. That's you on video, literally self-helping.
hours.
And look, it's not that I don't understand your anger. What I don't understand is how you think that that's not going to be a problem. Let's see this video.
She
What is this video?
barricaded-
Yeah, can you stop messing with all the doors? I give me my keys back, please. Hi, video. You need to get off my property. Get off my property. You broke 2 doors. You talking about you ain't gonna pay nothing, and I'm not accepting your money. Your contract is over, and you will exit my property. You will. Hold on, I'll be right back.
She thrown out tonight, and the rest of my property, she thrown out doors. And I was living here. This happened tonight.
That's not her couch.
My couch and my furniture was all thrown out.
What were you saying, Ms. Grossman?
That's not her couch. That couch was in the trash.
Whose
Her
couch
couch
is-
is here. That's already trashed from the last people that were here. Her couch is still here, fully intact, and still sitting here.
Are you on a telephone right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take me to the room so I can see the couch?
Of course.
Yeah.
Let me turn on the light. So this is her couch.
Is that the room
Sorry.
she was living in?
Yes. It's a living room now.
Okay. Okay.
That's her couch. I didn't do nothing with it.
Ms. Johnson, I have to ask you a question. When I looked at the video that you took of her walking into your room, the couch I saw is that couch. It's not the couch in the video that you just showed me. So what's going on? The couch that was in your room is still there. So why are you taking video and telling me that she sliced up your couch? And look at this. That's someone else's couch, isn't it?
I had a different couch in there at the time.
How many couches could you possibly have fit inside of that room?
I had about 3 couches in there. That was one of my couches that I put in a room from another different place.
So, Ms.
at the
Johnson,
time.
you did call the police that night and tell them, I don't want to stay here any longer.
Yes.
And and you left in the end of August, but then you come back 3 days later to retrieve your belongings. And what happens?
Correct. Well, I came back with a friend, which is her name is Karen, and we came to retrieve the rest of my belongings. And then she said, "Get off my property, or I'm gonna point blank shoot you in your face if you don't get off my property now." So I said, "I need my things. I have to get the rest of my things. I'm here. You allowed me to come back to pick up the rest of my things next week, and you said I could come and my things would be here. And when I came back, my things wasn't there, and I called the cops.
Okay,
once
how do you know
again,
your things
and they
weren't
came
there?
out.
Did you go into the house?
I did go into the house at one point, and I was there to get my belongings. And she came out and she said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm here to get my things, the rest of my stuff." She said, "Your stuff do not belong here. Your stuff is not here. You left your stuff here over a month ago, and your stuff is not here." So I'm like,
And
"Okay, where's the rest
had
of
it
my
been a
things?"
month already? Had it been a month
No,
already?
it hasn't. It only been a week, and I called the cops, and they came out and they explained to me that your things is not in the house, because they went upstairs to see if my property was in the room. Nothing was in the room. I never retrieved anything but just a couple clothes and stuff that was thrown out that night.
But I don't understand. The
when she
sofa's
threw
still
my
in the room.
stuff.
The same sofa that's in the video you took, that sofa's still in the room.
Where the officer said it's not there, and none of my property was in the room at the time.
Okay, the video that you showed me of a couch, whose couch was that you took a video of and told me that's my couch?
That video, that was one of my couches, and it's just, it
How many
wasn't
couches
there
could you fit in
when
your
I
room? You
came back.
fit 2 couches, 2 twin beds.
I had put
all that you fit
a
in that
lot.
one room?
I fit all in that room, yes. And then that's when she started trying to kick the door down, and I put everything against the door, like the bed.
Did you
and
take the
stuff,
door
and
off the
couch.
hinges, Ms. Grossman?
Yes, ma'am.
You know that's completely 100% illegal.
This is after she was fighting with me all day. The altercation started at 5. We didn't finish until 10 something of the police coming multiple times. And when I took the door off was when she snuck back into my house after being trespassed off the property. I
Right,
had
but
to
do you
remove her.
did anybody ever explain to you that just because you want her off and it's your house, it doesn't mean you can throw her out by tossing her stuff? Did anyone explain to you that if you're going to take rent from people, that you have to go through the judicial process just like every other landlord has to do? Did anybody ever
I
explain
don't know
that
how
to
to
you?
do that. I don't know how to do
Yeah,
that.
it's tough. It's
know.
super hard. And you know what happens? Then you got to go down to the courtroom, just like what the rest of us mere mortals have to do, is go down to the courtroom, get the paperwork, fill it out, wait while they don't pay you the rent, wait months. And now with COVID, there's a moratorium. So she'd just be in your grill. It's way more effective to do what you did, to say, what? You're not going to pay me rent? Get out. It's way more effective, but it's illegal. Where did that couch come from? The couch that she had in that video?
The one that's outside was outside. I don't know where it came from. I don't even know if it was on this property. I don't know what couch that is. Her couch is up there. And the bedrooms are not big enough to fit 3 couches, 2 twin beds, and whatever she's saying. It's not even a twin bedroom. Like, it's just a bedroom.
Well, no, and I hear her really angry at you because of the behavior that you were engaging in, which was illegal, saying, "I'm going to sue you for $5,000. And then she's got receipts. What happened with that are just receipts from a little paper thing? But tell me what happened with her microwave and other stuff that she left there.
So the owner has the microwave. I don't
Who's
know.
the owner? I thought you were the owner.
No, I'm not the owner. I'm just the manager. I don't own anything here. I pay to the owner.
You're renting it. Okay, so go on.
Yes, I'm leasing it, and then I rent out rooms.
Okay. You said the owner has what?
Has the microwave.
But why did you give her microwave to the owner?
I gave all the property after that was left in the room.
Long
It was
after?
a twin bed. It had been almost in September.
How long did you wait? How long?
I waited
a day,
almost
2 days,
30
a
days.
week?
No, I waited almost 30 days till September.
Okay. You're not allowed to give the stuff away. You're supposed to let them come in and get it, especially in a case where the police were called and you already got away with evicting her on your own, which is completely 100% illegal, especially during COVID, okay? So when she came back to get her property, the sane thing to do would have been to let her get her property and then have her off. Or to say to her, yeah, come back, but you got to come back with the police. Really? Because you sound super aggressive on all the videos.
That's after 5 hours of her messing with me. After 5 hours, I couldn't be awake no more. I didn't want to be
Ms.
awake
Grossman,
no more.
here's the
Me
deal.
and her were fist fighting.
You were fist fighting, or she was trying to fist fight you? Which is it?
She was trying to fist fight me and hit me with things.
Okay. Were you fist fighting?
That's not
That
true.
is
She
true.
kept
So did you
trying
two
to
punch
attack
each
me,
other?
kick down my door.
Did you,
No,
did you,
just kept
Ms.
trying to
Grossman,
kick
did you
down
two
the
punch
door.
each other? It didn't get
No,
to that.
ma'am,
All
I
right.
couldn't get
So,
close to the door.
Just trying to push me out the house.
all right,
basically.
Ms. Johnson, just a second. Ms. Grossman, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, did she pay rent for August?
She paid, enough rent. It was supposed to be $1,200, and I lowered it.
Yeah, but you lowered it to $1,000. So she paid $1,000.
To $1,000.
Right.
Correct.
And then you kicked her out before August was over. At a minimum, she would have
No,
had those
that's not
3 or
true.
4 days to
No,
What
ma'am.
day did you kick her out?
No, August, the day
September,
before
I
the
believe.
1st. The day before the 1st of September.
That's the day that you threw her out. And so,
It's August the 20-something.
and you threw her out
I
because
believe
she
it was the
said she
27th.
wasn't going to pay September.
And because she said she was not going to pay it due to COVID, she didn't offer me any money. She said she wasn't going to pay it and she was going to stay here for free.
Okay.
That's not true.
Well, I got to tell you, there's probably a lot of people within the sound of your voice who are landlords who are right now doing the wave in their living room for your conduct, because landlords who have mortgages to pay are very frustrated, okay? But you can't do that. It's illegal, especially during a pandemic. It's nuts. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay now. It's not gonna be $5,000. I'm very concerned over that video of a sofa that I don't believe was ever hers. I think she's lying about it. I'm very concerned that she says she paid a $600 deposit and she doesn't have any proof of it. I think she's lying about that. But your behavior was 100% on video and completely illegal. Just because someone says, I'm not going to pay next month, that doesn't mean you get to physically take them out because you don't know how to do an eviction. That's tough that you don't know how to do eviction. You're going to have to learn like everybody else does. But so you did that. And now there's a price to pay for that, okay? And you, Ms. Grossman, you actually have a $5,000 counterclaim against her for emotional distress? You've got to be kidding me. Because it's your behavior that needs to be punished here. 0 on your counterclaim. I am finding in favor of Ms. Johnson and the amount of $1,000. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So in these competing $5,000 lawsuits, only the plaintiff prevails, and only for $1,000 at that. The defendant, Ms. Grossman, did not get anything. Ms. Grossman, did you learn anything? Hopefully you have from this experience.
Yes, I did. I shouldn't have acted that way.
You've learned something from this. Let's see what the plaintiff has to say. Ms. Johnson, you're going to get $1,000 back, and that's all.
I feel good where I'm at. Nicer area, nicer environment. No stress, no problems like I had before.
You won't forget that night anytime soon, will you?
I won't. I really won't.
All right, let's see what the judges think. Time now for another session of After the Verdict.
When you become a landlord or someone who's renting out property, you're entering into the business world. You're suddenly becoming a businessman or a businesswoman, and you have to play by the rules of that world and the legal rules that confine you. And if you depart from them, you're going to have to take out your checkbook, and you're going to have to pay. And that's exactly what happened to Ms. Grossman. You can't do this kind of
And in some
self-help.
places, it's a crime. It's an actual crime
Right.
that you can get charged with.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's, I mean, I can understand her frustration. I know that, I mean, COVID has hurt a lot of people a lot of ways. Lucky for tenants, the government has been, because in the effort to keep things, to keep the virus from spreading, stay at home, that's safer for everybody, so just stay, and you can't remove them. But that,
Which is
the
great
other
for
flip
the people
side,
who are living paycheck to paycheck, who really can't, who this crisis has affected to the point where it's a catastrophe financially. That's a good thing.
but the flip side of that is that there's people who own property,
Right.
and
Yeah, for them, they're in a bind.
Right.
So there's two sides of the coin. It's a tough situation, and this
she's
case,
tough, man, that defendant. She's tiny but tough.
Right.
But you can't do that. And, you know, and there wasn't $5,000 worth of valuable property there.
No, but the plaintiff
receipts she
certainly-
had, she didn't fit
deserves some
2
money.
twins, 3 sofas. That didn't fit in a bedroom. That's ridiculous. But the reason why I awarded her the money I awarded her is really to punish the defendant, because what she did was blatantly illegal.
Absolutely.
Okay, Paul wants to know this. Hey, Harvey. Often on the show, you suggest to write. Time is of the essence when negotiating terms of contract. Does this legal verbiage actually hold up in court? Absolutely. You know that those are magic words. Time is of the essence. It means we really are serious when we say by March 1st, the job has to be done, whatever the date is. If you don't say it, the judge usually gives the other person a little more time. If you say time is of the essence, that means the date is the date is the date. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case inside the courtroom.